I was having a discussion with a good friend, and he lives out in California. He lives in the rural part of California, up in the mountains. But we were talking about the subject of, how do you spot serious-minded people? How do you spot serious-minded people? And it's quite interesting because after observing people for a little bit of time with me being here on this earth, I've come to find that serious-minded people are people that take initiative. What do I mean by that? And I'll give you a perfect example. From the perspective of homesteading, growing your own food, raising your own cattle, all that kind of stuff. People will find that, especially in this day and age, I'm coming to find that whether men, women, people find this kind of lifestyle at this point in time very attractive. It's a very attractive, it's a very appealing thing, it's a very intriguing thing, especially in this time and this hour that we're living in, to actually see somebody successfully homesteading, raising food, growing food, doing gardening, canning, raising cattle, doing the videos. Me, personally, I watch a lot of other homesteader videos of folks that are getting out there in their homestead, man. They're doing the canning, they're raising their chickens, they're doing all of this stuff. And it's very pleasing to see my fellow homesteaders doing this stuff. And I suggest that a lot of people need to spend a lot more time subscribing to other homesteader channels. There's big channels out there and there's small channels out there. But, however, they're really getting things done. And I thank y'all for the examples that we have out there. And this is not a very sexy thing to watch, because a lot of people, they like to watch controversy, they like to watch drama, they like to watch gossip. That's the stuff that they like to watch. But for those that are few that are excited, that is interested in this kind of stuff, that watch this kind of stuff, but when it comes to spotting serious-minded people, again, in this area, people take initiative. I've spoken to people, and I continue to speak to people. I've spoken to dozens of people throughout the years. And they say, I'm so excited. I'm impressed with what you're doing. And so I'm so excited. This is what I want to do myself. I want to own some land. I want to grow my own food. They'll say all of these things. But then when you ask, what are you doing? What are you doing to take the initiative? It's all in the just interest phase. And there is no kind of direction that their life is leading them to in order to come to that end. I run into people all the time. They say, I've been trying to get my family, my friends to go ahead and do homesteading, and maybe we can buy some land together, and yada, yada, yada. And y'all folks got to understand, number one, what I found 100% of the time is that the people who are doing that stuff are hypocrites. They're flat out hypocrites. They ain't serious themselves. But you're not going to convince others, especially with such a dramatic change in lifestyle, to do something. What I've come to find is that if you are serious about something, you are going to first have to put one foot in front of the other, step out there on faith, and get it done yourself. That's the only way that you're going to do it. Now, I've come to find that a lot of people who talk this stuff, and because they say the same thing. And the reason why they say the same thing is because they're under the same delusional, fantasy-based spirit. But one of the things that I find that the people that are serious, as opposed to the people that are not serious, is if someone is serious about growing food and gardening and all that stuff, check the back of their yard. Do they have so much as a bean plant growing? Do they have so much as a pepper plant or it's not about the notion of quantity. These are the kind of people that when you go into their backyard, I don't care where they're living, an apartment, porch, they have some type of situation where they can get some sunlight. I'm talking about so much as a plant in a windowsill. They have some type of ability to grow at least one plant. At least one plant. Those are the kind of people that I've come to find that are serious minded. The others that talk the big game, this is what I want to do. I've been trying to pressure my family to buy land and so forth and so on, and man, it would be such a good idea, and they're all excited about this in their mind. But when you come to find out, you look at their back porch, they say, show me a picture of a bean plant growing in the back of your yard. They can't do it. They have no real interest in it. See, it's something that's just that's a fantasy in their minds. But when you do find somebody, again, it's the people that are serious. You go in their back porch or their back balcony, or when they got some light, man, they got a little pepper plant here. They got a little tomato plant here. They got little herbs growing over here. It's not enough to sustain themselves, but it's more than enough to save them. You'd be surprised where 2 tomato plants, 1 cucumber plant, a couple of lettuce plants, and a small, in some 5-gallon buckets. You'd be surprised how much that can yield one person. In terms of those little extra little odds and ends. In terms of peppers, cucumbers, 1 tomato plant. I'm talking about just 1. You can eat off that thing, on a weekly basis. You can eat off that thing once that thing get going. So this is how you spot people that are serious. The people that are not serious, they're not doing anything at all. All they're doing is just talking. And that's what I've come to find. The people that are serious, they got a little something going on. It's not enough to be self-sufficient, but, they're taking some form of initiative to learn the skill set as they do. And then when the opportunity comes along, man, boy, those are the kind of people that jump on an opportunity because they've taken the small steps, and they've been praying for a situation where there's a larger opportunity at bay. But when they do, they're excited about it. So that's how you spot and realize and understand how you actually see people that are serious-minded. People that are excited about the notion and the idea of doing something and making something happen because they're taking the small steps in order to get it done. And those are the people that you want to invest your time, energy, and effort and resources in. So you come and I'm across anything. If you come to find that people are talking the talk, but ain't walking the walk at all, they are full of shit. Believe me, I've seen it dozens of times.